Hi guys. I hope you're doing well in the land of quarantine. So I thought my friend Stevie's always with me. I thought I'd shoot just a short home practice video just to keep us connected and moving and reminded of what we love about yoga. So take a seat and bring your legs out in front. Draw flesh away from your sitting bones. So feel your legs just gently release down toward the floor and open up the soles of your feet so the tips of your toes face the ceiling. And then tense your fingers just next to your hips so you feel a lengthening through your spine. Your shoulders gently dropping away from your ears. Just feel space made through your torso and through your legs. Just pause for a moment. Feel your head right above your heart. A little engagement around the center of your body. Close your eyes. Take 5 breaths. Let your eyes open. Bend your right knee and bring your right foot to your left thigh. My little friend's going to help me. And just give your foot a little bit of attention. So rub through the sole of your foot, just getting it a bit ready for a yoga practice. Rubbing it, warming it, squeezing, gently pulling on your toes. You might take your hand and circle your foot, moving into your ankle. And then take your left hand to your foot, your right hand to your knee, and lift it up and give it a little rock from side to side, just moving into your hip. Good. And then release your leg down and draw your left foot in. Give your left foot a little bit of attention, a little bit of rubbing, maybe some tapping, squeezing, pulling at your toes, separating your toes, turning your ankle a few times in each direction. Good. And then release your foot down and bend both knees. Just take your hands back a little bit, sit up nice and tall, and step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And drop both knees to the right, and up and over to the left. Good, up and over to the right, and up and over to the left. Good, one more to each side, up and over to the right, and up, over to the left. Knees come back up, lengthen your legs again and give them a good bounce. Just releasing tension, warming them up a little bit. Roll your shoulders. And give your hands a good shake. Just like you're shaking off whatever doesn't serve you right now. Just letting it go. Good. And then pause. And breathe in. Arms reach up. And a big cleansing exhale as your arms come down. Ha! So inhale, arms reach up. Ha! One more. Breathe in. Arms reach up. Ha! Beautiful. Come on over to all fours. Just pop over to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Press the floor away and begin to work through cat and cow, breathing in, lifting your collarbones. And as you exhale, round your spine. So inhale, open your chest. And And exhale, round your spine. Draw your belly button back a bit. Good, 3 more like that. Breathe in, open up. And as you exhale, round. 1 more. Breathing in, opening up. And exhale, round into yourself. Walk your hands back. Take a seat right on your heels. And interlace your fingers and roll your knuckles out. Just easing through your wrists. Good, roll the other way, which seems funky. Good. And then reach your arms down and reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Interlace your fingers, palms press up. Bend your right elbow. Bring your right fingers just between your shoulders. Left hand to right elbow. Draw your elbow back, just stretching into your shoulder. Your head gently presses back. Good. And then both arms reach back up. Bend your left elbow. Right fingers to left elbow. Gently draw your elbow back. Don't let your head pop forward. Good. And then both arms reach back up. Bend your elbows. Cactus arms expanding right across the chest out to your elbows. And then take your fingers to your shoulders and take some big circles. And you might come up to your shins. Big sweeping circles. Just getting some movement into your shoulder joints. Circle the other way. Perfect. Arms reach up. Hands sweep down. Come to all fours. Send your right foot back. Turn your right toes under. Stretch through your heel. And then bring your right foot up. Gaze forward. Your hips are balanced. Left arm reaches forward. Pause. Breathe, reaching through your left fingers, through the sole of your right foot. Good. Then release, left hand down. Take your right foot out to the right, all the way up from your hip, and draw your right arm out and up, opening up into a twist. Stacking your shoulders, your gaze comes up. And then bend your elbow and reach your hand across your back. See if you can get a little bit more opening across your chest. Good. Just move your head a little bit. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. And then your arm reaches up, sweeps down to the floor. Right knee comes back to the floor. Just re-engage tabletop. And then send your left foot back, turn your toes under, press through your heel. And let your left foot rise up, balance your hips, reach through the sole of your foot. Right arm reaches forward as you balance. Breathe. Reaching through your right fingers diagonally across your body to your left foot. And then right hand comes down, left foot comes out to the left from your hip. Sole of your foot comes to the floor. And your left arm draws up, coming into a twist, revolving your spine. Stacking your shoulders, pressing the floor away with your right hand. And then bend your elbow. Reach your hand across your back. See if you can get a little bit more opening. Breathe. Are you breathing? Good. And then your arm reaches up, comes down to the floor. Left knee comes back to the floor. And bring yourself down into cobra. So hips come down, pubic bone comes down, tops of your thighs, your tops of your feet. Hands right next to your chest, elbows in nice and tight. Opening up into low cobra, extending through your torso. You might feel a little bit of compression around your low back. Breathe, Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, just gently touch forehead to your mat. So inhale, cobra. And exhale, gently touch forehead to mat. Good, inhale. Open up through your chest. And exhale, touch forehead to mat. One more. Open up, cobra. Just let your hands lift up off of the floor. So float here. And breathe. And then stack your hands. Rest your forehead down in crocodile pose. And softly rub your forehead around on the backs of your hands, massaging into that space between your eyebrows. Good. Lift your gaze, bring your hands back by your chest. Rise up to all fours. Turn your toes under, downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Take your gaze between your feet. Lengthen your spine. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Give your head a little shake. Just releasing your neck. And then walk your dog. Bend one knee. And then slowly bend the other. Press the opposite heel to the floor. And stretching into the backs of your legs. Good, lots of breath. And then pause. Come forward into plank pose. Take a breath in here. Neck is in line with your spine. Exhale, press the floor away, down dog. So inhale, controlled, coming forward into plank. And exhale, rise up, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, come forward into plank. Press through your heels, press through the top of your head. And exhale, down dog. Take your gaze to your hands and step your right foot up outside of your right hand. Let's come into a nice deep lunge. Reach through your back heel, open your chest. And just roll a little bit forward and back over your feet. Good. And then pause, left hand to the floor, right hand to right side, draw your right shoulder back, twist. And then let your right arm float up. Your gaze might come up, reaching through your back heel, through the top of your head. Good. And then let your hand float down inside of your foot. Release your back knee to the floor and the top of your back foot to the floor. Take your gaze forward. And then draw both hips back, beginning to lengthen your right leg. Let your head drop forward. Just pause. Breathe, half split. Good. Come forward again. Plant left hand on the floor. Take your right foot to the outside edge, just opening your knee out to the sides and give your hips a little wiggle. It's working a little bit more deeply into your hips and your pelvic girdle, your groin. Good. And then bring your foot back to the floor and take both hands up to your thigh. Just straighten out your pelvis so you're not overarching your low back. Drop your shoulders. And then bring your arms wide. And up. Interlace your fingers. And draw yourself over to the right. And then rise up. Hands come behind you. Interlace your fingers. Knuckles press down. Your shoulders draw back, expanding right across your collarbones. Couple of breaths. And then release your hands. Frame your front foot, turn your back toes under, and step back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Feel your breath moving all the way through the back of your body, extending your spine, extending through your heels, extending through the top of your head, making space. And then take your gaze toward your hands and step your left foot up outside of your left hand. Reach through your right heel, gaze forward. Just rocking forward and back over your feet. And then pause, plant your right hand on the floor, left hand, left hip, draw your left shoulder back. And then reach your arm up as you twist, revolving your spine. So reaching through your back heel. Good. And then let your hand come down inside of your foot. Release your back knee and draw both hips back. Lengthen your front leg. Let your head drop forward. Breathe, hands reaching forward. Coming forward again. Keep right hand on the floor. Turn your left foot to its outside edge and give your hips a wiggle. Good. Give your jaw a little wiggle, your head. Make sure your neck feels free. And then take the sole of your foot back to the floor. Rise up. Straighten out your pelvis so there's not an overarching in your low back. And then reach your arms out to the sides, reaching. Arms rise up. Interlace your fingers and draw yourself over toward your front leg, just opening up along the side of your body. Breathe. Lifting back up, taking your hands behind you, interlacing your fingers, knuckles, press down, shoulders draw back. Staying with your breath. Release your hands. Hands come down to frame your foot. Back toes turn under, plank. Rise up, downward facing dog. Reaching up through the tip of your tailbone and down dog. And then taking a walk to the front of your mat. Coming into a soft forward fold, so your knees are a little bit soft. Take your fingers to your toes, spread your toes, make space. And take your fingers and draw up through your arches as you plant your heels. Crown of your head faces the floor. Take your fingers to your elbows. Just pause for a moment. So your elbows feel heavy, crown of your head feels heavy. And then just a little bit of swaying from side to side through your upper body, feeling a sense of release down your back. Good. Pause. Hands to shins just under your knees, lengthen your spine. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, sink into your heels. Arms reach up. Chest is open. Smile on your face. Good. And then press into your feet. Rise all the way up. Reach up. Get really tall. Plant your feet, rooting from your waist down. Rising lightly from your waist up. Hook your thumbs, palms forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, come over to the side. inhale, rise. And exhale over. Good, one more to each side, rise up. And over. Up again. And over. Good, rise up. Hands come down, your hands come to your low back. Rooting through your feet, draw your elbows back, reaching through the crown of your head. And as you draw your elbows back, your shoulders come back, lifting through your crown, lifting through your chest, keeping hips and legs steady, and just slowly bringing yourself into a standing back bend so your gaze rises with length through your spine. Your heart gently lifts. Your feet are rooted. Good. And then come back up. Step your feet just a little bit wider. Soften your knees. Take your hands to your hips and circle your hips. Slow, big hip circles. Just keeping a sense of ease through your low back. Circle the other way. Good, one more time around. And then come into mountain pose, Tadasana. So your feet, your big toes can be together or your feet can be a little bit apart. Toes are spread, arches are drawn up, heels are grounded, shoulders moving down away from your ears, crown reaching up. Coming into this nice, steady, standing pose. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath, which is smooth and natural. Let your eyes open. Bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight into your right leg and draw your left knee up to hip height. Keep your hips balanced. Find a drishti, a gazing point out in front of you, just to hold a soft, sweet gaze on. Not staring, very relaxed. Left hand to left knee. Draw your left knee out to the right and reach your right arm out to the right. You might take a mudra, index finger and thumb together in chin mudra. And then guide your left foot to your inner right leg. Both arms reach up into tree pose. Your foot is grounded like there's roots growing from the sole of your foot. Palms come together to the crown of your head and to your heart. And release your foot down, release your arms down, Tadasana. Pause. Soft gaze at your gazing point, your drishti. Your weight shifts into your left leg, hands to hips. Right knee draws up, balance your hips, lifting through your thigh. Let's get your balance. And then right hand to right knee, draw your knee out to the side, left arm reaches out to the left. Good, draw your foot to your inner leg, both arms reach up. Don't put pressure on your knee, so your foot is either below your knee or above your knee. Your foot and your leg pressing into each other, keeping you steady. And imagine there's roots growing from the sole of your foot. Breathe. Hands come together to the crown of your head, to your heart. Release down. Back to Tadasana. And slowly circle your nose. Bring ease around your neck. 2 or 3 times in one direction. And then reverse that. Good. Come back through center. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra at your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float forward, forward fold. Inhale, extend your spine. Hands come down, right foot steps back, lunge, right heel comes to the floor, and then dial your arms up, warrior two. So sinking into your left heel, releasing down through the outside edge of your right foot, arms extending out from your shoulders, your gaze, your drishti, off over your front hand. Just sink a little bit. So you're engaged around the center of your body and you have this clear energy line right through the center, right from the base of your torso up through the crown of your head. Good. As you breathe in, lengthen your front leg, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Good, so inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. And lunge, pause here. Reach through your back hand. Keeping your arms where they are, lengthen your front leg. Press your foot into the floor and come to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Just keeping length through both sides of your waist. Your shoulders stack. Your gaze can be forward or up toward your top hand. Back foot planting. And can you feel this energetic connection between your feet? Your feet energetically drawing in toward each other, keeping you steady, stable, and grounded. Reach your top arm over your ear, extend. Take your gaze to your front foot, bend your front knee, bring both hands down, frame your foot, lift your back heel, and step back into plank. Knees come down. Chest and chin come all the way down to the floor. Cobra. Toes turn under. Downward facing dog. Pause. Breathe. Gaze between your hands. Right foot steps up. Left heel plants to the floor. Dial your arms up. Warrior 2. Let's turn around. Good. So feeling the connection of feet to earth, stabilizing. Spread your toes. Outside edge of your back foot anchors down. Sink into your front heel. And feel your alignment, head, heart, navel. Drishti off over your front fingers. Stable, easy breath. As you breathe in, lengthen your front leg, reach both arms up, extend. And as you exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. So inhale, extend. And exhale, lunge. Good. Inhale, extend. And exhale, lunge. Pause here. Keep your arms where they are. Lengthen your front leg. Trikonasana. Extend. Come forward. Keep that extension through both sides of your waist. Same thing, your gaze might turn up or stay forward. Feel this opening across your chest, your shoulders, rooting through your feet. Feel that your head is an extension of your spine, so your chin isn't dropping in toward your chest. You're extending right through the crown of your head. Beautiful. Come back up. Hands to hips, feet come parallel, big toes come in a little bit more than heels. Outside edges of your feet drop down into the floor. Draw your elbows back. Press down into your hips, lift up. Soften your knees a little bit, bending at both hip creases slowly. Drawing yourself forward. Your hands come to your ankles first. Crown of your head facing the floor, coming into Prasarita. You might step your feet a little bit wider if you feel like you have that steadiness. And then take your hands between your feet. And you might reach your hands, backs of your hands to the floor behind you. Bringing your head down just a little bit lower. Just pausing here with your head below your heart. And breathe. Feeling those energetic lines at the outsides of your legs from your feet. Drawing up stability from the earth. Yes. 2 more breaths. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, extend your spine. And then walk your hands toward the front of your mat. Bend your front knee, lift your back heel, and step back, downward facing dog. Draw your right leg up behind you. And bring your right knee to your right wrist, coming into pigeon, Ekapada. Turn your left toes under, lift your knee and send your knee back. And with your left hand, you might just balance your front foot. Just using your hand to get your front foot in a place where you feel that your hips are balanced and open enough, so not overdoing it, not underdoing it. Plug your fingerprints in, lift up, open your chest, draw your shoulders down. Take a breath. And then forearms to the floor. You can stay right here. You might stack your fists, fist on fist, rest your forehead, or bring your forehead down, reach your arms forward. Pause, breathe. As you breathe in, feel space being made. And as you exhale, inviting a softness. Good, 3 more breaths. It's working deeply around your hip, your pelvis, groins, back hip flexor. We have a lot stored in this area. Just being aware of anything that comes up. Emotion, sadness, anger, frustration. Just knowing this is where we store a lot of emotion. So rising up, hands to the floor. Plant your hands, turn your back toes under, press your heel, lift your knee. Downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up behind. Left knee, left wrist. Turn your back toes under, wiggle your heel back, and then take your right hand to your left foot and just find the placement for it. Give your hips a little wiggle, feel them balanced. And then plug your fingerprints into the floor. There's a heaviness and a compression around your left thigh, your front thigh. Open up. Shoulders drop away from your ears, forearms. You can stay here. You might come all the way down or stack your fist, rest your head. Your forehead might come all the way down. Find your breath. Invite your inhale to create space through your body. And your exhale to let go of tension and holding. Perfect. 2 more breaths. coming up. Sitting over onto your hip, swinging your legs around. Make sure there's room behind you on your mat. Reach your arms forward and slowly bring yourself down. Come down to your mat, hug both knees in. Your head rests, rock your head from side to side. Take your hands around your right knee or your right shin. Lengthen your left leg away, press through the sole of your foot, shoulders drop back. Wind relieving pose. And then switch legs. Left leg holds in, right leg extends. Just hugging in. Good. And then release the soles of both feet to the floor, hip width apart. Hands come down alongside your body. Spread your toes, draw up through your arches, root your heels. And come into bridge, press into your feet. Your hips lift up. Maybe gathering your fingers, interlacing your fingers underneath you and drawing your upper arms and shoulders under your body. Your knuckles reaching toward your heels. Feel weight on your upper arms and shoulders, through your feet. Don't turn your head, just pause and breathe. Nice strong legs. Good, one more breath. Hands come apart first, wiggle one arm out, the other arm out, come down. Step your feet wide on your mat. Take cactus arms, bend your elbows, take the backs of your hands to the floor and rock both knees to the right. Reach through your left kneecap. And the knees come up and rock over to the left. Reach through your right kneecap. Good, one more, up and over. And up. And over. Good, knees come up. Bringing yourself into relaxation. Lying down on your mat. You might take a pillow from your sofa, place it under your knees for a little bit of support. Press into the back of your head. Give your shoulders a little lift and wiggle as they drop back. Your hands come a bit away from you as you expand across your chest. Your feet soften, your toes just naturally rock out to the sides. Close your eyes. Softening between your eyebrows. Around your outer eyes. Your temples, your cheeks. Your scalp. Your jaw. Your lips. Your throat. Chest, shoulders, tummy. Your arms all the way down to all of your fingers. Just relax. Your back supported by the floor. Your thighs, your lower legs, soles of your feet. And pause. stay here for as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, be gentle with yourself. Hug your knees in. Roll over to one side. Curl up into a little ball. And draw yourself up to a seat. And simply close your practice by bringing your hands to your heart, drawing your attention down into the space of your heart. Feeling compassion and love and sending it out. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.